Hey guys, what is up? Here with another video. Today I'm actually going to be talking about my plans for this car. You know, in my last video, I talked about what I was going to kind of do next in terms of getting a project car or keeping this as the fun car and getting a daily, or just selling this and getting something kind of more expensive and as the one and only car that does it all kind of thing. So if you're interested in my thoughts, go back and check out that video. You know, I had a lot of good conversation, a lot of good comments and everything, some recommendations. But there seems to be a trend going on. People seem to like one of my options the most. So we'll see where that goes. But for this car, I'm kind of thinking about doing something else. Well, I know I'm thinking about it. It's just a matter of actually doing it or not. And what I'm talking about is actually going stage 2. With my WRX, I actually was pretty close to doing it. So close that I actually had all the parts. I was stage 1 on there, stage 1 plus. I had the same thing. I had the catback, I had the stage 1 plus tune, as well as a cob intake. So I'm pretty much exactly where I was with my WRX, and I was coming up on my 2-year ownership on the WRX, and I was kind of interested in doing a little bit more. So I ended up purchasing the stage 2 tune, as well as the I got an NVIDIA catted downpipe, as well as the turbo heat shield as well. So I was ready to go. It was just a matter of installing the parts and loading up the tune, and it would have been stage 2. But I got to the point of that car where I was, we were having our first kid, and I was kind of getting bored of it. So I ended up selling it, and I never went stage 2. I ended up selling the parts off, and I never did it. So, still to this day, I always kind of wondered what that car would have felt like at stage 2. I kind of got cold feet, sold that car off, and I never decided to do it. So with this one, I'm coming up on 3 years. I really, really enjoyed this car. And I guess, the next step with this is actually going stage 2. In terms of the actual cosmetic and the look of the car, I'm very, very happy with it. There's really not much more that I want to do to change it. Maybe change up the wheels. I've said that a few times, but that's something that you can easily do. But I still really like these wheels a lot, even though they're really, really dirty right now. So I'm not really like jumping up and down to change these wheels. I'm really enjoying them. This is actually the longest set of wheels I've ever owned. And it's actually 2 years this month. Usually I have a set of wheels for 5, 6, 7 months at a time that I'm constantly changing. But for whatever reason, these kind of struck a chord with me. And every time I clean them up, they just I kind of renew my love for them. I think they just really suit this car really well, especially with the lapis blue, the gunmetal color. It just works very well. So yeah, the exterior is really not changing. Like I said, I might change up the wheels at some point, but I'm not like, that's definitely something I want to do. There's really not much more that I want to do exterior wise. I think it looks pretty good. I don't want to go too crazy with it. It is a daily driver. I'm not looking to be loud and obnoxious. I'm not going to be doing a Voltex wing or anything crazy like that. I actually did thinking about at one point getting rid of that and just doing one of the, I don't know what you call it, like the Perrin, the little flap thing. Getting a WRX trunk and doing a flap. The gurney flap, I think it's called. I don't know, whatever. I thought about doing that, but then I got cold feet on that as well. I just couldn't get rid of that wing. That was one of the reasons why I love this car so much, and it's just kind of the STI heritage, so that's not going anywhere. But this is not changing. The only body part that I kind of have a little bit of a sweet spot for is actually the hood. I would love to change that up to a VIS or VIS Racing V2 hood, the carbon fiber one, which I think would look pretty sick. But I don't know if it would be too much for this car because it's so subtle. I don't know if going with a full vented carbon fiber hood would be too much. But I've always wanted one, so maybe I'll do that down the road. I think it would look pretty sweet, and it would be something that I've always wanted, so it might be cool to do. But otherwise, I guess maybe doing carbon fiber down here, but I'm happy with this. This gets beat up, and it was relatively cheap, so I'm not, it's something that I'm not like, okay, let's definitely do that. The headlights I still got to do. I still have the parts. I say that every video. I'm definitely starting to get a little bit more motivation to get those done. I definitely think I'm gonna get them done in the springtime when it gets a little bit warmer. It is winter now, obviously. It is a little bit colder, so I'm not really as motivated to kind of do car stuff other than wash it and drive it and everything. So, but I'm definitely gonna get those done. I'm definitely gonna do a video on it. So that's definitely something to look forward to me doing on the car in terms of mods. I did say in my other video, I have one other thing coming right now. It's a pretty cool mod. It's something that I've wanted a very long time. So I'll do my whole review and everything and kind of unbox it and then go over the install and all that. So be on the lookout for that. But like I said, the exterior is pretty much gonna stay like this. There's not much more I wanna do. I'm not gonna do any various parts or anything or any wide bodies or flares or anything like that. It's gonna look like this. So, don't get your hopes up. I hope you're not trying to, hope you're not subscribing to see if I do something crazy or wide body or anything like that. It's not gonna happen. Keeping it simple. But the next stage or the next thing that I kind of am wanting to do or excited for is to add a little bit more power. I'm kind of teetering on that thing of, do I really want to add more power? It really doesn't need it, to be honest. Yes, I love more power. Who doesn't? I'm a car enthusiast, just like any of you that are watching. But you have to kind of separate. You have to understand what you use your car for. Do you really, really need that extra power? Yes, it's fun, but sometimes adding extra power really just you don't need it. It almost makes the car drive worse just because it has more power and it's harder to control. And it just doesn't really need it. And I think at the power level that this car is at currently, it's pretty spot on. I'm sure my mind might change once if I do stage 2 on this. I can see it needing a little bit more power, a little bit more low end, a little bit more, kind of put you back in the seat kind of feel, but nothing crazy. I've been in really fast cars before and I think it's really fun, but I would never want to own something like that. It's just too much maintenance and too much to worry about. I know the downfalls of the EJ motor and what it can handle and everything like that. So I'm not looking to push the boundaries or seek any numbers or anything like that. That's not what I'm about. I'm trying to keep things as clean as possible, as reliable and simple as possible. It's a daily driver. I'm not looking to risk the integrity of the motor or the car or anything like that. I do enjoy this car, so I'm not looking to blow things up and kind of put myself in a tricky situation. I'm not a crazy YouTuber that has all this downtime and money to be able to buy different motors and all that stuff. So I'm just a normal dude, and that's that. But I am looking to kind of take the next step in the power category. Nothing crazy. Stage 2 is more just, honestly, I'm just looking more at it as to kind of increase the integrity of the motor. Going stage 2 with a better tune, something that allows the motor to breathe better, to stay cooler, and just to perform better, and to increase the longevity of the car, of the motor, I should say. And going stage 2, believe it or not, when you go with the right parts, the right tuner and everything like that, that's definitely the way to go. There's obviously some downfalls keeping it stock. The stock map is it's no bueno. But that's a whole different discussion. But anyway, what I'm looking to do is stage 2. I guess it's stage 2 plus because it's a little bit more, which I'll go over in a second. But I'll go over, I guess, the parts that I'm looking at and why, I guess. So the first thing, I guess what makes an STI or a WRX, either one, stage 2 is going, with an aftermarket downpipe. So the first thing that I'll be doing, obviously I'll be doing this all at once if I do it, but the first thing that kind of makes it stage 2 is a downpipe. So I will be going with a catted downpipe. I'm not gonna go catless. I've done that in the past with other cars. It sounds awesome. But as a daily driver, the smell is over the top, and it's obnoxiously loud, and I'm not looking to do that. So, and I'm trying to, keep the car, legal. It's a, daily driver, not looking to go crazy. I don't want to start the car up and have it smell really bad as my kids are in the car and everything like that. Like I said, I've been there before and it's fun, but it gets old pretty quick and it smells pretty pretty bad. So not looking to do that, but I am looking to do a catted downpipe. I'm looking at the Cobb or the Grimspeed, which are kind of like the two best downpipes to get right now. Cobb is a little bit more expensive, but they're relatively both the same in quality. Like I said, the Cobb is a little bit more expensive, so if I can get a deal on that one or a better price on the Cobb, then maybe I'll go with that. But either one, I don't think I can go wrong. They're both really great quality. The cat inside is actually really good material, and it'll last a very long time. So it's definitely one of those. Second thing that I'll be doing is the Cobb electronic boost control solenoid. What that does is allow the tuner to kind of control the data, control the numbers a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to maintain things. So that's definitely something that you want to do if you do go stage 2. It's relatively cheap. I think it's only like 120 bucks, something like that. So, you know, like I said, if you're going to go to this level and go stage 2 or you know, kind of upgrade the power, you want to make sure you do you want to do it the right way. You don't want to take any shortcuts. You don't want to just throw some random parts on there, and that's what kind of gets you into trouble. So doing it the right way, doing the right parts will definitely give you a bigger reward in the end. Not necessarily more power, but a much healthier and stronger and better performing motor. So I'm going to be doing the electronic boost control solenoid. I'll probably will be doing an aftermarket heat shield, probably the Grimspeed or the Cobb, one or the other. They're both relatively around like 70, 80 bucks or something like that. So that's definitely something I want to do to kind of keep the heat down, keep the heat away from the motor and everything like that. So it's definitely something smart that you should do if you go stage 2. The last, I guess, hardware that I'm looking to do, this may cause some controversy, I guess, in the comments, but I am looking to do some headers. And I am not going to be, if I do headers, I'm not going to be doing unequal length. I understand what unequal length does for the car. It gives it that Subaru rumble, which I do love, which a lot of people are, that's one of the main reasons why they love these cars. And it is the last of the EJ motor, so that's, it's gonna be no longer produced or anything like that. So take it for what you will. But I'm looking to keep this motor healthy, and actually going to equal length will increase the integrity of the motor. And the reason for that is it allows the motor to breathe better. Unequal length, there's really no benefits to it, mainly because the only benefit to it is it adds the sound. That's really what why Subaru went with unequal length. I honestly think there's no power benefits of it. It kind of restricts the motor. It doesn't allow it to breathe really well. So that's really the only thing as to why they have unequal length on these cars. So going to equal length will allow better flow. It will allow the motor to be cooler and run better. And also it allows better gains. So, if you're gonna go that length and go, and get yourself some aftermarket headers, it's definitely beneficial to put the money out towards something that's actually gonna give you a little bit extra power. And they're proven to be around like 25 or 30 extra horsepower and torque. I'm not looking to go crazy or anything like that, but I would obviously dial it back a little bit. But either way, that's definitely something I'm looking to do. I think these cars sound really, really cool with the equal length. Plus I've had, the Subaru, the Rumble, I love it. But I'm not like a diehard EJ Subaru fan. So it's not like something that I'm like hardcore Rumble, unequal length header kind of person. So I don't really care about that. I think it does sound really cool right now, but going to equal length will kind of just be the cherry on top for me. But we'll see about that. That's kind of, something I need to think about if I'm really going to go with the headers. But in terms of what brand I'm going to be going with if I do it, there's a lot of different ones out there. There's Perrin, there's Tomei. There's a lot of other ones that are relatively in that same price category. But the one brand that kind of jumps out to everyone that everybody always wants, something that's really, really reputable, really well made, that's going to last, are the headers by Killer B. And I believe they're called the Holy headers, the 4 Holy headers or something like that. They have two different versions. They have a couple different versions, but mainly they just have the 4-bolt, which is for an aftermarket up pipe, or the 2-bolt, which is for the OEM up pipe, which I'll be staying with. So I'm going with the 2-bolt. I'm not going to external wastegate or anything like that. You know, again, I'm not looking for horsepower numbers or anything crazy. I just want to keep it simple. So definitely going with the 2-bolt. But they also have ceramic coated versions, which I don't plan on doing. I think just going with the equal length will be more than enough for this car. So that's my tentative plan of where I plan on, I guess, taking this car next. Will I do it? I don't know. You know, I'm in talks with a company. You know, obviously I forgot. I will obviously be doing the stage 2 tune as well. So it's just a matter of that. I guess that's the last part of it. That's the software part of it. But that's where I plan on going with this if I do decide to go with it. It is pretty pricey to get all these parts and get everything situated and running right and performing well. So we'll see. But like I said, the exterior is staying the same. And you know, the next step that I really would want to do with this car is bumping up the power a little bit and just kind of doing what I didn't do with the WRX and making sure that I do everything that I want before I ever do get rid of it, if I ever do. And so I just don't have any regrets, and I kind of did what I wanted to do with this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think below. I know there might be some controversy, some kind of, you know, negative comments about if I should do equal length or unequal length or whatever. You know, I really don't care about that. This is what I plan on doing with this car, but we'll see. It's not a definite plan. It's not something that's in the works yet. I'm just, you know, talking with a few companies to get it done, so we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about going stage 2. If I should change anything else up, the wheels or exhaust or anything like that. I'm not gonna get the car wrapped or anything. That's not my bag. I like paint, and you know, I'm not gonna do that. So don't expect any color changes or anything like that. But either way, motor or performance is kind of the next thing that I would like to do. I also would love to do the hood, but we'll see. That thing's pretty pricey as well. So we're talking big bucks here to get all this done, but I'm in no rush. I do plan on keeping this car for a while, at least for now. So if I do decide to do any of these, you know, it's something that I can take my time with. I don't have to rush. I'm not looking to unveil or do anything crazy like that. You know, I'm not going to a car show or trying to show off or anything like that. This is just something, you know, that I just kind of plan on and kind of get my mind ready and seeing if I want to do it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think below. If you're a newcomer, welcome. Thanks for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed, you know, smash the like button. I would really appreciate it. It kind of gets the, you know, my videos out there so more people can see them. And I hope to keep on growing this channel. So you guys can just help support, I guess, this car and kind of where the channel is going. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions, ask them below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.